One morning strangers say hello to me. Tomorrow they name will wake up on the stone. We're going home, but I'm a terrible liar. Forgive me, that's not the art of prayer. For the sake of the day, keep crying out. Swing the soul, swing the soul, swing the freaking soul down. Hellfire, hellfire, bring it on, buster. Hellfire, 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 hellfire. All the men are going down with us. Those who dream of heaven, those who dream of heaven never last very long. The running flash and dirty sky infect my wounds. We're going home alive, alive, alive. Forgive me, just get me out of this hell. For Satan the day, keep crying out. Swing the soul, swing the soul, swing the freaking soul down.
Hello. Good evening, even. God bless. I need to play more Final Fantasy XIV. I'm still thinking about Space Marine 2, though. You cannot stop me. Why didn't you bring any shawarma? You ate it all. I don't think it's possible to eat everything. Like, it doesn't matter if you're cooking for yourself. It doesn't matter if you order at a restaurant. If you ever have shawarma, there should be leftovers. No matter what, it doesn't matter. You can make yourself like the tiniest bit of shawarma and you would look down and you would have a plate that's like full to the brim and like 3 inches deep. I had a wrap, okay? Okay. Well, fair. Fine. Fine. Let me actually get Final Fantasy 14 up because I forgot to put it up. I've been so distracted. I just assumed that shawarma like respawned, you know? Like of all the food. I mean, I guess every food, when you think about it. Don't all food. This is not a funny. don't all food. Don't all foods respawn. It's not funny. It's not funny. I'm just laughing at myself. Hello. 6.4. I have 2 weeks to get through Final Fantasy 14. At least through to 6.5. Now, admittedly, it's not really a hard time limit because I don't think we're doing... From my understanding, we're not really going to be doing any of the later extremes just because, like, one of the other people that's in the extremes, Kurt, I don't think we'll be through 6.5 by the time we get to it, so we'll probably just do, like, the first couple anyway. But regardless, if you get a plate, it does. Okay. Okay. I see. It's a condition on top of it. Let's jump into it with 6.4. Excuse me. I was laughing so hard at myself, my throat got stuck. Right. Actually, real fast, for my benefit, where did we lead off? I unfortunately haven't updated my notes in a while, so I can't rely on those. But like, where am I? Oh, we killed the last, of Golbez's lieutenants. Yeah, okay. That's what happened. That was the end of 6.3. Okay, let's just jump into it then. I'm sure I'll catch up, as we go. We gotta deal with, Zero. Oh, wait, I just realized this is 6.4. Shouldn't we be going into Dawn Trail plot by this point? I assume this is going to wrap up this plot line and then 6.5 will be leading into Dawn Trail, but I'm almost... I say, looking back at the Dawn Trail collector's box that's bathed in holy light on my webcam at least, I'm almost to the point where I can open up that goddamn box. I'm almost there. Decca, 'tis good to see you. Have you any news from old Charlian? That's not his voice, nearly. I mean, it's not nearly his voice, but it's definitely not how I do his voice. We've yet to hear from Estrella regarding her search for a means to return to the Void. I must confess that her silence has left me feeling restless. Oh yeah, they destroyed the Void portal. Okay, I got my context back. I'm ready. Let me move something. Right. Nor am I alone in this. Estinian has such an excess of energy that he has been helping to train our soldiers with nary a grumble. As for Zero... Speak of the devil and... I'm sorry, is that it? I probably shouldn't call Zero a devil. Is something the matter? No. Decca paid us a visit, and so I was appraising him of recent developments, or the lack thereof. Are you heading somewhere? Aye, to replenish my ether. Ooh, dinner time? You want to go grab dinner, buddy? Are you gonna ask me to go to dinner with you? Would you like to come? Oh. The slow head turn towards each other and then the snap back. Oh, excuse me. A rare but most welcome invitation. Timely too, I might add. I myself was thinking of venturing out into the city. It would be my pleasure to join you. You will accompany us, of course. Yeah, as long as we don't have to go back. Oh, come, then. I have an errand to run at the bazaar first. Alright. I thought the look of Dekka and Roshan looking at each other like, did we just hear that right? Was extremely cute. I appreciate the fact that they're using eyes and head movements a lot more. I don't know if that was something that I am just cognizant of, or if it really started in Endwalker post-game, or what. But honestly, I think I'm just down bad for like any emotion from this game. God, sorry, I've got something stuck in my throat. If you would gauge the... Am I good? I think I'm alright. Okay. If you would gauge the city's prosperity, there's no surer way than to visit the bazaar and observe the people. This I have learned from Ahuan and his predecessors. I'm picking up some more spice. Berid told me to do so before my next visit. Mr. Zero has quite the tolerance, you see. The sisters know we Hanish are fond of spicy food, but I doubt any of us could keep up with her. With just the spices they normally have on hand, the Mahien can't quite satisfy her, which is why I'm happy to provide what they need to achieve more rigorous flavors. Oh, shit. Now then, variety being the spice of life, perhaps you'd like to choose something extra to blend with Mistress Zero's usual? It'll help keep things interesting. What do you say? Fine by me. You can appreciate the nuances of this world's sustenance far better than I can, I expect. Not really, Zero. I just tend to douse everything in paprika and call it a day. I'll go with the crimson powder. Sure. That's a fine choice. But don't take my word for it. Here, have a taste. So it was just to observe your reaction. It would be considered to sample the spice in her presence. Oh, no. Well, Sean, why do I get the feeling you're about to laugh at me? I laugh at my friends when they are unable to handle their spice. You tentatively place some of the spice on your tongue. A veritable blaze engulfs your mouth. Your reaction speaks volumes. That will suffice then. Always a pleasure, Mr. Zero, and do give Merid my regards. Okay. If you can't handle your spice, that's fine. I always will be at a weird balancing point with this though, because I had a roommate in college. I'm sure I've told this story a billion times, but I had a roommate in college who could not be in the room while I was cooking spicy food because he was so spice averse. So anyone, like, honestly, fair enough. I mean, what am I supposed to do against that? Like, yeah, if you're that spice averse that you can't even be in the room, that's just like that laps back around to just being like, all right, man, do what you gotta. I've said nothing over the course of the last 5 sentences, but I'm kind of stuttering, so it's fine. I just want something spicy, damn it.
My usual, please. But with this spice.
Of course, Zero. It would be my pleasure. Well now, this is enough to make a whole kettle of your special curry.
I don't need that much.
Rest assured, it's easy enough to make a serving just for you. Or we could make the kettle and share it. There would be enough not only for your companions but other diners as well. I dare say everyone will be delighted.
God, I could go for some curry.
Very well. A full kettle, then.
Excellent. We'll prepare it at once. And for your excellency and our esteemed adventurer, are you happy to try a bowl of Zero's curry? We can make yours milder if you prefer.
Grateful though I am for the offer, I cannot fully appreciate the flavor with this vessel. Another time, perhaps. Do not hold back on my account, my friend. Eat and enjoy.
I'm scared. If I could have mine a touch just a little bit milder, I'll bet.
Understood. Please, make yourselves comfortable.
Look, I'm confident with my spice, but I'm not arrogant by any level. How often does Zero come here?
It gladdens me to see you taking to life in Radzatan, Zero. In the area of our cuisine, not least of all. Spicy dishes have long been favored in our sultry clime for their ability to whet the appetite and cool the body. Of course, spices also have the effect of preserving foods, which makes them highly coveted in foreign lands. All of this has given rise to a thriving spice industry, and the wealth it brings has allowed our nation to prosper while maintaining its neutrality.
So you trade your spices? Seems rather more complicated than trading in ether.
In the beginning, this land was no more than refuge for me. But now it is my home, and the people of Radzatan my beloved children. Together, we build this vibrant nation. And naught would please me more than to show it to my sister one day.
Vibrant. Rubicante said the same when he described this world. A reminder of all that has been stolen from us. What many who remember doubtless yearn to take back.
Our home is a lost cause. Our only choice to begin anew. In this world, where we may reclaim our mortality.
Nonetheless, it's wrong to damn another to save yourself. As I told Rubicante, as I found myself moved to speak. I still do not understand what made me feel this way, nor what compels you mortals to help one another. But I hope to someday.
We too hope that you will find the answers you seek.
What the hell?
What is going on?
What's happening?
Compliments of Mistress Zero, the Satrap's honored guest. We are serving a special curry for anyone who wishes to partake. But be warned, it is not for the faint of heart.
I mean, I should not have asked
by all
mine to be
means,
milder.
I'd welcome the challenge.
Sisters have mercy. The smell alone is...
Is he twitching on the ground?
Ah! It burns! It burns!
Never mind, I'm happy I saw this coming.
To better maintain the facade, the alchemists ensured that my vessel was capable of consuming food. However, I fear Zero's curry would test the limits of their design.
Apologies for the delay. Please relax and enjoy your meal.
Relax. I don't have time for that. I've been waiting for this. Come. Let's replenish our ether.
I feel more afraid of you right now than I did when you were literally like a demonic reaper figure. Oh my god! The one guy just casually sitting there sipping on a... I thought the spices we picked were perfect. Good job, buddy.
I trust you have eaten your fill. I shall have Merit prepare a meal for us to take to Estinian. I suspect he too is overdue a replenishment.
What is that?
By this hour, he will have retired to his chambers at Magaduta. Come, let us pay him a visit.
I don't know what it is, but it looks like it might be mango related, and I just honestly need a cup of it. God, I know what I'm eating for dinner. That's fine. The spicy curry has left you slightly flushed and set your heart racing. Whatever challenges await, you are ready to face them head on. And with feeling. Yeah, whatever feeling I have left in my tongue after that, I guess. Oh my god. Alright, well, you know what? I'm happy to deal with the canon that Deca is like ridiculously spice tolerant. Sure. Talked a lot of shit, and then the second that curry came out, I was like, oh no. Hang on, back up. And just the simple, I'm satisfied. Adorable. What a lovely little quest. Welcome back. Master Estinian. Yes, he has returned to his chambers. I shall be happy to escort you. Alright, let's go. I remember Estinian's chambers were kind of unique because he cleared the middle of it for like a little sparring spot.
Estinian, are you there? We've brought something for you.
I enter.
Uh-oh. Are you just...
Squid masala from the Mehane. I thought you might enjoy it.
Masala, eh? I prefer my squid dried. But I'm sure it won't disappoint. My thanks. Idle as I am in our sorceress's absence, I see. I can't offer much in the way of entertainment, but make yourselves comfortable.
I need to know what Estinian's workout list is. Playlist, sorry.
Shall we disrobe as well?
Zero!
No. We simply caught our friend unprepared. He will make himself presentable at once, I am sure.
I'm sorry that you can't show off your abs a little bit more, buddy. I thought they were going to make a joke about Zero being horny, but no, Zero is just... I don't think Zero knows what sex is, which I'm okay with. Hey, you back?
At last. We've been looking for you.
Oh, that's probably fine.
My friends, tell me, Were you able to devise a way to return to the 13th?
I believe so.
Oh, yeah.
It required a visit to the moon, where I took the opportunity to enlist Orionge's assistance.
We're just gonna casually drop going to the moon now, huh? Yeah, I guess that's a thing that we can all do now. That's weird. Okay.
Ishtola hath told me all. I should be glad to help you free Ashdaya and put an end to Golbez's dark plot.
If Rubicante spoke true, both Golbez and Ashdaya are on the moon of the 13th.
Oh.
Unlike here in the Source, however, we have no means of making the journey from the surface of the star itself. The technology simply does not exist. Therefore, I propose that we employ a gate to deliver us directly to our destination.
Moon-to-moon transportation?
Is such a feat possible?
In theory. Having once been a single hole, the Source and its reflections share striking similarities in geography. And according to a certain someone who unceremoniously whisked us away to the first, the same locations across the worlds are intrinsically bound. All of which is to say, were we to pass through a gate on the Source's moon, it should lead us to the moon of the 13th.
Huh. Yeah, that makes sense.
Of course, there is the risk of Voidsent gaining entry to our world. Thus did I decide to seek Orionge's counsel.
There's also the problem of making a void gate on the moon.
Both the Watcher and the Loporrits are aware of our proposed endeavor. While they are yet deliberating precautionary measures, they have pledged their full cooperation.
You've been busy. I presume you've also found a way to open this gate.
Be it in Radzat or Sharlayan, scholars have long cast their gaze unto the endless dark of the void. And so, with harnish insights to augment our knowledge, we have indeed conceived of a promising plan to pierce the veil. A plan I am confident will succeed, precisely because the moon is our stage.
Is it just me, or was that weirdly overacted? Like, each line there got its own Are we just upping the number of animations in these cutscenes, or... Justinian's face.
The preparations will be extensive, and we will require vast quantities of ether. After all, our gate must be large enough to accommodate another great worm. My proposal entails delivering copious amounts of ether to the Tower of Babel in Garlemald. As you will recall, Fandaniel used the structure to destroy the brand's imprisoning Zodiac, and we, in like manner, will use it to channel ether to the moon, and thereby open our gate.
I see. Then we shall need someone on the moon for the necessary rituals.
Just so, Your Excellency. I intend to head back anon for that very purpose, as well as to help devise our strategy to deal with invading Voidsent. Along with our lunar allies, we will once again require the assistance of your alchemists, Nidana not least of all. May I trouble you to serve as their escort?
Fine by me. The room was beginning to feel constraining.
For my part, I shall oversee the requisite tasks on the star. Might I prevail upon you for your assistance?
If all are in agreement, then let us set to work. We'll open our gate, and we will stop Golbez.
I don't know why this whole cutscene feels very weird to me. That's probably fine. Should write that down. The Dark Throne. Okay. Oh god, yeah, no, I forgot that my notes are full. I don't know why that whole cutscene felt so weird to me. I guess, is chat not showing up or is it just me again? Test. No, yeah, I think chat isn't showing up. Fair catch. Do I not have... Oh, I turned it off. Okay, I don't know why it was turned off, but yeah, for some reason chat replay was turned off. That's weird. Whatever. Yeah, God damn it! Please tell me I can skip the cutscene. There you are. There I am. You're pointing at me. Okay.
Estinian.
Hilarious as that was. Whoops. Yeah, that whole cutscene felt very strange for me, and I'm not able to put a finger on why. Maybe part of it was it's been like a few weeks since I played 6.4. So maybe I'm getting like a small taste of the people who complained about the Endwalker post game. I don't know. Maybe it is just I haven't played it in a while. So all these No, that was just a lot at once, wasn't it? Like we went from we don't know if it'll be possible to open a gate to we're going to open one on the moon and we already have a plan. Like I get it, but yeah, that was a fucking leap in plot story. If we want it all already, then let us set forth our preparations to complete. If I may, I beg a moment to exchange this vessel for its grown counterpart. It is in the keeping of alchemists of the High Crucible. Of course. Oh god. We shall accompany thee thither, and thence begin our journey. Uyanje, do you think it'd be rude to get him... It'd be really funny to get... You know those books of Shakespeare which have like the original Shakespeare language on one side and then like a more modern version on the other side? I think that would be a fucking incredible gift to get Uyanje. I'm just trying to also decide whether or not he would kill me for getting it. Maybe. But it'd be funny. Why does Uyanje speak like that anyway? Is it just because he's... No, he's not that old because he went to school with Moonbrita. Wait, why does Uyanje speak like that? I never thought about it. But like, he's not old. So why is he... Google. Why does Uyanje talk like that auto-completed? According to the first lore books, he loved old tones of prophecy and he read them so much he started to speak in ye olde fashion. Are you fucking kidding me? It's literally just that he's a giant fucking nerd? There's no other reason? I am going to bully you so hard, Uyanje. Yeah, of course. Why not? My apologies for the delay. My, that is a striking simulacrum indeed. Well suited to the work ahead, I doubt not. Allow me to explain Ishtola's plan in greater detail. By all means, buddy. What's the plan? As you know, we seek to open a void gate. In Mea Lamentorum, we seek to open a void gate in Mea Lamentorum that we might gain direct passage to the moon of the 13th. Whilst our comrades labor upon the moon, we must needs accomplish 2 tasks. The first is the procurement of a substantial quantity of ether, and subsequent delivery of it unto the Tower of Babel. Said structure was once used to cipher the land's essence by way of the Telophore's spies. Such a method, however, doth pose an unacceptable risk to the greater ethereal balance of our world. Thus must we seek an alternate means of conveying our requisite resource. Our second task doth pertain to the use of the Tower of Babel itself. You may recall that this portal into the moon was placed under the supervision of the Ilsabard contingent. If we would employ it to different ends, we must first obtain the contingent's express permission. I should like to believe that they would not refuse us, so perhaps we should concern ourselves with the ether problem first. Have you any idea whence we might source the vast quantity needed? Aye, a likely location doth come to mind. Let us make for the airship landing. There I shall reveal more. Urianger not really kicking the habit of waiting for the dramatic moment to actually say what he needs to say. But that's fine. We give him a little bit of forgiveness. We give him a little bit of teasing. You know what I really need to do? One of my friends, who's freshly joining us for the extremes, the other healer, in fact, talked about how she was putting a lot of effort into crafting, like, she wanted to have an outfit crafted before the extremes, which is frankly impossible for me because I would have to dedicate the next 2 weeks to having a shot to it. But I really should start some crafting at some point, just for fun, just to relax. Use it basically as podcast time more than anything else. I can do it off stream. There's nothing stopping me. I am most keen to know more of Urianger's potential solution. In the worst case, I was prepared to offer one of my eyes, but it seems it will not come to that. Oh. Zero, it is beautiful. All are present and accounted for. I can't do an Urianger voice, it lost me. I lost it. Excellent. We shall travel to Charlian, and thence seek the nearby Isle of Ham. Near unto the surface of this isle do rivers of ether converge. The churning energy of this confluence is released by the way of geysers. Originally, the Ragnarok was to be powered by ether harvested from the isle. But as well you know, an alternate power source was ultimately found for the vessel. Passage unto Ultima Thule, to the very limits of existence, was facilitated by not less than the strength of the Mother Crystal herself. As such, the Isle of Ham's vast ether deposits remain untouched. We may help ourselves to that energy, provided we are able to secure the form's permission. Yet again, with needing permission, is nothing straightforward in this world. Not really, Zero. Such is the nature of politics, I fear. And as the signs of the Seventh Dawn have been officially disbanded, no longer are we a recognized collective. A somewhat disadvantaged position, bureaucratically speaking. Fortunately, however, there is a recognized and respected body upon which we might prevail. The students of Baldesion. Upon arriving in Charlian, let us seek our friends at the Annex. I wonder how many more hours would be added to the game if I refused to fast travel ever. Also, hi? Welcome back, Dekka. What brings you here today, and in such colorful company? Greetings, Ojika. On this occasion, we are come to seek the students' assistance in a matter of some urgency. Well, in that case, you'll want to speak with Kyle. She's in the main hall, sorting through our archives. There's a visitor with her at the moment, but it's no one you don't know, so feel free to show yourselves in. Alright, Shot in the Dark, is it Hien? No, not even close. I don't know why. I just want to take a shot. Also, what's up, man? We haven't seen you in a minute.
Well now, if it isn't two of my dearest friends.
As for the other two, I don't believe we've had the pleasure.
Okay, yeah, no. For some reason, I thought Y'shtola was with us, and she was just dunking on Urianger.
Not in this vessel, perhaps. 'Tis I, Vashan. Though, you are welcome to call me Vritra, if you prefer.
Pay me no mind. I merely accompany them.
I pray you forgive us our intrusion. If you are occupied, we shall call again anon.
It's quite all right. We've just finished swapping all our secrets anyway. Erenville occasionally comes and shares the latest Gleaner gossip, you see. From forgotten ruins to mysterious relics, if there's aught that might be of interest to the students, he kindly lets us know.
Alas, I must soon depart on an expedition. As I may be away for an extended period, I wish to give Kryl fair warning. Hence my visit today.
I see. There are specimens that want for procuring, I presume?
No, it isn't guildship business, but rather... homecoming. But enough about me. You have business too, yes? And I'm in the way.
Are we
Far from it.
sprinkling in Dawntrail?
As a matter of fact, we should be grateful if you could stay and share your knowledge of the nearby isles with us. We seek a means to travel to the Void. There, a man named Golbez plots to invade our world. A man who even now holds my sister hostage.
You know, when you just kind of state it like that, I'm reminded about how big the stakes are, and how we maybe should have, like, had a little bit more pep in our step, or give it some sense of urgency. I feel like we just dropped this on Kyle with no forewarning. Like, oh yeah, no, the world might be about to get destroyed. Sorry about that. We're fixing it, though.
To that end, we require a great quantity of ether, which we understand may be had on the Isle of Ham. We came in the hope of exploring how it might best be procured.
An invasion from the 13th. Must the stakes always be so dramatic?
You have a knack for finding trouble.
Hey, I am not the reason we're getting it. I'm not the reason we're getting invaded, right?
If
I'm not the
Gleaners
reason.
collected world-ending crises, you could make quite a name for yourself in our profession. It's true the Isle of Ham is a veritable font of ether, but as it's under the Forum's direct jurisdiction, only a privileged few get to set foot there. I myself haven't.
So if we want to help ourselves to the Isle's ether, we'll need to secure the Forum's permission. Very well. The students of Baldessian recognize your endeavors as combating a grave threat to the world. As representative, I hereby pledge our full assistance.
Hopefully the students, hopefully the forum doesn't have the same reactions of everyone else of just being like, again?
Now that it's official, you may leave the politics and paperwork to me. Our operations remain small, but we shouldn't meet any undue resistance.
We are truly grateful.
Thanks, Kyle.
If I may.
Man, it is occurring to me in the middle of this cutscene, though, how lucky we are that we just decided to go... Wait, what kicked all this off? Wasn't it basically coincidence that we entered the 13th as all this... We basically stumbled onto this plot to overturn the world while we were trying to help out Varshan's sister, right? I don't think... Man, we got lucky.
According to the original plan for the Exodus, ether collected from the Isle of Harm was to power the Ark. Art thou perchance familiar with the logistics of this endeavor?
I don't know anything about that, I'm afraid. Nor do I think any gleaner would. You might have better luck asking someone involved with the Ark's construction. Margaret, for instance. She's a researcher in Charley and Hamlet. I met with her for a job recently, and she mentioned working on the Ragnarok's propulsion system. You could do worse than to seek her out while awaiting the forum's verdict.
We may well do just that. Our gratitude for thine advice, and may this threat be but a memory upon thy return.
You're quite welcome. Now then, if you'll excuse me.
Peace.
I best start drafting our petition. Go on and find your researcher. I'll contact you as soon as we've made progress.
Alright, best of luck.
Let us leave matters here to Mistress Kryl, and hie ourselves to Labyrinthos.
Okay, you know what I just realized about Final Fantasy XIV? How many Do you know what the most open space I have in my apartment? Oh, wait.
Right then, time to put our best foot forward.
Sorry, buddy.
Oh. A pity you can't tidy yourself. I should have had Ishtola enchant you when I had the chance.
She's sad. She flat out sounds like she's about to cry. Why are we still here?
What have we here? Later, Kryl, later. You've work to do.
Teasings for Dawn Trail, perhaps? Okay, to the point that I was about to make. The most open space I have in my apartment is... Yeah, it's the space I have behind me. Which is like... this much space? Like I can stretch out my arm? I guess if I laid down... I could do like, you could do like 1 2/3 of me from like a wall right here to the edge of my couch here. If for like, you could probably get the exact measurements from my VR stream or something, which is worrying a little bit. But like, what I just realized is how much of Final Fantasy XIV takes place in like 40-foot by 40-foot empty patches of carpet. Like, I never thought about before. But isn't the main hall in the Baldezine Annex just, like, empty? Do they not have to worry about, like, property taxes? Or do they not worry about the space they're using up? This never occurred to me before just now, but, like, every single main meeting space is like, this isn't even a conference room. Conference rooms have tables in the middle of them. This is just a big-ass open space. Also, hi, Kyle. Oh, that's cute. The letter is there. I wonder if the letter was always there, or if they added it in a patch. Whatever. But yeah, no, I just realized like how fucking big these rooms are. And I get why, because you're going to be like zoomed out and they need to like give you space. But damn, is Final Fantasy XIV just like empty? I'm never gonna unlock everything in this game. God. places have rooms. Okay. Is it not strange? Is it only Othello is going to drown? Othello, please, you're going to drown. Oh my god. Is it not strange just how like from a practical perspective for the game, I understand. But from a practical real life perspective, all of these rooms are so giant and so empty. And I never thought about it before now. What? Is there a place where you do not have allies? Not any. Well, yes, actually, but we'll get to that in 7.0, I guess. Oh, the sky's magnificent. Never did it occur to me that such expensive facsimile was within men's power to create. I believe we found a researcher. Hey, Margaret. See, like every video game? Okay, fair. Visitors? How delightful. If you require assistance, then ask away. It so happens you caught me in post-deadline bliss. Forgive us the abruptness of our inquiry, but 'tis our understanding that thou had charge of the Ragnarok's propulsion systems. We should like to know how ether harvested on the Isle of Ham was to be stored and transported to the Ark, if disclosure of such information is permitted. Oh, it's no bother at all. We built special tanks that can store ether just like we use casks to store wine. Simple, really. Simple, but quite brilliant in construction. They rivaled even crystals for ethereal capacity. A pity we never got to use them. How muddled and distant the memory. When Doom's deadline loomed large, and we extricate ourselves from a waste-time mire of work only to end up chin-deep in another. I was at one with the world, a conduit for the energies of creation. But now I am truly alive. Who would have thought that sleeping in a bed and eating warm meals could make such a difference? Why, I feel positively functional. I dare say it rivals the thrill of dancing on the knife edge of failure. Should we go? Yeah, Zero is the best Varshan. Varshan is the only one who's capable of expressing emotion and is still choosing not to. We are quite glad for you. Quite. On the subject of the ether tanks, do you know what became of them? Oh, we've gone serious. Jesus Christ. What did become of them? For the life of me, I can't seem to remember. Oh, but I do remember someone who might remember. He should be back by now. I just haven't had... Just look for the fellow wearing an outfit that screams, "I've been on vacation and you haven't." Very well. We shall seek out this conspicuous colleague of thine. Our sincerest gratitude, Margaret, and do look after thyself. Come, let us seek out this individual attired in a manner suggestive of recent furlough. Furlough, sorry. Okay. I have expected Margaret to say something to herself as we walked away. I'm sure she's doing great. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if I went through a similar phase at some point in my career. Fuck, I feel that coming out of like a hard finals week at school, actually. That was probably the most I ever crunched. Coming out of finals week in my sophomore year, I remember crunching on my school project for like a solid week. Wake up, work, go to bed for like 5 days in a row. And that was all I did. And I think I'm relatively lucky that that's been the absolute worst I've had to deal with it. If we can avail ourselves of these tanks, we shall be well on our way to securing the ether we require. Right, we just need to find someone who's dressed fancy. Kokol Dinkle? Oh. Yeah, the hat gives it away, doesn't it? Alright, this man is either on vacation or he's level 90 Fisher. There is no in between. The face that launched our teeny tiny toy boat. Oh wait, this is the engineer. How you been, Decker? Able to catch up a bit of rest? Catch a bit of rest? You look like you're about to reassure me that you are allowed to be rude to the staff. Well, if I don't know about the ether tanks, who in by God's name would? Born right in my own workshop, they were. Oh, that's convenient. A pleasure as always, Master Kokol. I trust thy respite proved rejuvenating. And then some. But I won't bore you with the details, at least not without a drink in me. So, why the interest in our little old tanks? Permit me to explain. The world is about to end. People seem very calm about this. I see, I see. Think I've got the long and short of it. It goes without saying, but we all owe you more than we can ever repay. If you need our ether tanks, then they're at your disposal. There's just one problem. You need the forum's approval to set foot in the Isle of Arm. Were it up to me, you'd be on the next ship out, but that lot can't wipe their asses unless it's in accordance with procedure motions. You may be assured that my backside is immaculate. Thaliok's thumping thighs! Master Fortunault! And Scholar Monty Shane! What a surprise! Pardon the intrusion. The forum has deliberated your petition, and we decide to deliver our verdict directly. You have been granted special dispensation to travel to the Isle of Arm for the purposes of ether extraction, on one condition. On account of its rich deposits of ether, the isle is home to throngs of vicious beasts. We ask that you call any such creatures you encounter. Oh, so it's a dungeon. Got it. That's all. Given the vast amount of ether we seek, I expected a far higher price. Oh, believe me, we do not underestimate the value of what you desire. Nay, we simply owe the students of Baldezine and their esteemed collaborators a debt of gratitude, and we felt that expediting your request was a suitable way to repay it. A debt of gratitude? I want every single one of Zero's lines voiced by David Hayter. You know, give her a solid Snake voice. That's all I want. Is that too much to ask? We've taken the liberty of arranging your passage to the Isle of Arm. Your vessel awaits in Scholar's Arbor. And I'd better go get those ether tanks loaded onto the airship. We'll be ready to take them where you need. Assuming it's safe. I shall head back to the annex, but should you need anything else, don't hesitate to call. Why the zoom out? I don't know why that was making me anxious. I thought it was just gonna keep going until we hit the ceiling and then the camera lightly donked. Right. Well, I'm glad at least that we don't have to deal with politics right now. Though, that is one of my favorite things that Final Fantasy XIV does. When done well. Big asterisk on that. Also, they help others because they want to. Absolutely fucking not. Do not give the forum that much credit. They don't deserve it. So,
bound for the Isle of Harm. You look like the ones Master Fortunault told me to expect.
I don't know why I'm immediately enchanted by this voice actor.
If you're ready to depart, then so am I. Just say the word.
Is something the matter?
I did recruit one other to our party, but he is late to arrive.
Who could it... Oh, yeah, of course, you're... Should have known.
Forgive me my delay.
What's up, Thancred?
Thancred? 'Tis good to see you.
If it isn't Varshan. They do grow up so quickly. Urianger tells me we have a host of exciting new tribulations to face. And you must be Zero. I've heard all about your daring do in Garlemald. A pleasure.
The hat tip. Okay, well, at least there it's appropriate.
Apart from strengthening our company with his redoubtable skill at arms, Thancred may also serve as a mentor in those matters that trouble thee.
Which one specifically?
I speak of the intangible forces which bring souls together. Thancred is possessed of experience both unique and insightful that I am sure he would gladly share with thee. Thou needst but ask.
See, we can all be friends. Alright, cool. So, dungeon then, I assume? Yeah, let's do it. God, I always feel nervous hopping into one of these after not playing for a while, but I'm sure I'll be fine. Social struggles aside, Zero seems more than capable of handling herself. Still, I shall aid her in what capacity I can. Well, I should try to take Thancred and Zero in with me, I almost feel. Naught remaineth to bar us from the Isle of Ham. Let us sail forthwith. Though I don't expect... I guess I should remember that not a lot of dialogue is going to happen. In the middle of the dungeon, at least. It does not strike me as the mentoring sort. You are so goddamn right. No matter what, we must return to the void. The echoes of the ether is but a first step. Alright, cool. Alright. Let's do it. So who is my party? Yeah, that seems pretty good to... Oh. I mean, I guess this is the only party I can bring. Varshan's the only flex roll. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, no, I don't have any other options. Let's do it. Alright, I'm not going to forget to put my healing circle thing on Thancred immediately. I promise. Are those bears clapping? Wait, first off, incredible. Second off, why were they all just clapping? God, I hope we get a closer look. In the meantime... Pillar of light, is it a geyser? Such an abundance of ether. Alright, Thancred, try your best not to get your ass kicked. I'm going to go cause problems up her. They're just applauding each other. Why are they applauding each other? Dad, help. Papa!
Try and stop me!
Alright. Thancred can take care of himself mostly. That helps too. It is kind of funny how the AI are probably the best at fuck it, I still have health left, what do I have to worry, than players or anything else. I mean, hey, they were never sprouts at least, so they got that going for them. Besides, I guess Alfino and Alize are the two characters who could canonically be considered to have been sprouts.
You forced my hand.
Everyone else was at least in 1.0, so...
You're mine!
Oh, fuck, I forgot I have an AoE damage over time that I should really remember to use. Okay, cool. I mean, it's relatively new, so I feel like a little bit of an oopsie daisy is perfectly reasonable. Neat. Seriously, are you just clapping? Why are they just clapping for each other? I'm not complaining, but they're just kind of chilling. Oh my god. I don't know why my first instinct is like perfect profile picture. That should be my Xbox Live game attack profile. Right. Thancred?
Prepare yourself!
Have fun. I panicked and healed the wrong person, but it's fine. I also hit the wrong button. I just fucked up in every way imaginable, if we're being honest. Dude's fine.
That's far enough.
I wonder how close Thancred can even get to death. I mean, I guess he could die if I'm not careful. That is one option. But I'm sure he'll be fine. He's a gunbreaker. Oh, I wonder if they get access to their ultimate that they do, where they just resort down to 1 HP.
You're mine!
That would be extremely funny. Thankfully, at least I'm sure I could bet at least that Thancred doesn't have the think fast button. I don't remember who has that macro where they activate the button to make you go down to 1 HP and then deactivate the buff it has that makes you invulnerable for 10 seconds. Right. That is disenchanting. Oh my god, look at the teeth. Oh, they're all bent inwards to stop stuff from escaping. Goes. Ow. Oh no, ice spires.
My turn.
How do I know which one to say? Oh. Okay, cool. I was wondering how to tell which ones are safe, but it turns out that they all just explode. Fair enough. Body slam. Up sweep. Oh, but these are different. These are big and tall as opposed to the last ones. Am I dead? Yep. Oh wow, I've never seen that happen before. Because I died so quickly and because it doesn't actually do anything with the NPCs, it just teleports them back and they still have the markers on them. The attack didn't go off, but it kept the markers. That's kind of neat, and that's kind of a weird clue into how Final Fantasy XIV in general works on the back end. Neat. Also, whoops. Was it? No, there wasn't a shortcut that I missed. We were at the first boss. Oh boy. God, I do remember playing through Shadowbringers and being so constantly embarrassed. No, it was playing as a sage, leveling sage, that I was so constantly embarrassed. Because whenever I launched into a dungeon, I would just die. And then, like, the tank would always be a paladin, and they would always just carry the team, so it didn't matter. But I was always so embarrassed.
No mercy.
Ain't no thing. So, like, I should be safe back here, right? If I'm doing this right, which might be a maybe. Yeah, no, I'm more than fine. If I don't, I'm fine. Uh oh. God, you're allowed to still hit him. There we go. No, don't hit me! Oh, I just barely dodged it. Okay, thank God. Where the fuck do we hide here?
Far enough. Be gone.
No mercy.
Oh, the little ones go off first. Okay. Oh, for God's sake.
I am of the first brood.
Neat. Simple enough.
No mercy.
Thank God it's fine. He's been hit by worse. I'm sure. Probably. Oh God, please don't start an attack that I have to wait for everyone else to realize that. Yeah, we're fine. Easy. Oh Jesus, what the hell? Oh, okay, cool, zipline. I probably should pay attention. Oh God, a whole set of ziplines. And suddenly I have a strong urge to play Apex Legends again. What the fuck could these things do to us? That is level 90? That thing is level 90? Are you sure? Thancred, no! We didn't have to resort to violence here, Thancred. I think. But fine, in for a penny.
This will hurt.
You forced my hand.
That's far enough.
Down with you.
He's fine. He's just fine. He has almost no health left, actually. Hang on.
Might.
Wait, I just realized, did the shields from Haima and Panheima give me adder sting stacks? Huh. I kind of assume they do. Is there a way to see? I would have to look into the job description, I guess, but I mean, that's one hell of a way to get a bunch of adder sting stacks real quick. Birds are jerks. Don't be mean to the birds. They're doing them. Well, I'm trying to think of a nice bird. I hear that Swift, of Dork Swift fame, is pretty alright. Pretty good, even. So that's one. Other good birds. Donald Duck? Absolutely not. I was gonna try to come up with a bunch of examples, but I'll be honest, it's hard to think of famous birds. I don't often have to deal with birds in my life, I guess. Okay. I mean, besides the problem that when I was around, probably around 8 or 9, my family went to Rome on a trip. It was a very lovely trip. Very, very fun time. I assume. I was 8 or 9, so I don't really remember it. What I do remember it was the fact that I was a little shit and would always, whenever given the chance, scare any and all pigeons. Because, at least back then, which I guess I'm realizing now was 20 years ago and trying to think about the consequences of that thought. Back then,
Try and stop me!
Rome plazas were just packed with pigeons at all times. They were just everywhere. And I would be a little shit and I would run around and I would try to scare all the birds. Because what else was I supposed to do? I was hyper and I had a lot of fun watching them flock and run away from me. This led to a bit of a problem, or a bit of an in-joke. Because for some reason, after that, my brother became a target. He got shit on by birds so often, all the goddamn time, that my family could only presume that it was because the birds were trying to find and shit on me. But because me and my brother looked so similar, they could never quite nail where I was. I had a decoy out there, taking assassination attempts from me. And so now I must live in fear. Now I must live in caution. This is why I could never go to Rome again. Of course. The risk would be too great to me. What if the birds found out?
Mitre.
You know? Like, these are perfect. These are just acknowledgements of the reality of my situation, you know? I can't let them know where I am. Thank God now that I live in the west coast of the US, so that I'm as far away from any potential birds with links to Rome. I don't know, it's 20 years. What's the lifespan of a pigeon? Am I safe? Lifespan of a pigeon. 6 years. Oh, we are so safe, unless it's become generational trauma. It's possible by now I'm safe. It's also possible by now that the birds only know hatred for me. As the one who scared their great-great-grandparents, you know? Like, what do I do in that situation? Oh, no. I don't even know where to start with all this. It's all too much to consider. Oh, that's cool. Also, oh no. So this should be safe, right? Yeah. I don't know that much about playing shield healers despite playing Sage for so long. Something about it just doesn't quite click for me. But I do admit that putting down a hefty shield on a tank and having it fully absorb a tank buster will always be satisfying.
You're mine!
Oh, that seems bad. There was a lot more arena to run away in.
Out of my way! I am of the first brood!
Whoa, calm down. Whoa, calm down. Just absolutely cannot chill.
I shall carve a path forward!
Actually, that's a thought I never thought about. What is Varshan's damage clash? Oh, he's a Dragoon. Okay, that's cute. Oh, God. Wait a second. Hang on, is that cute? Why is the Dragon's combat class the combat class that's dedicated towards killing dragons? Something about that feels a little bit weird to me. Oh, that's the wrong way. Oh, what are y'all saying? Just another. I missed what Varshan said. That's sad. Alright. Because Dragoons also use the power of dragons. Hypocrites. Also, that was a cool cave that I didn't acknowledge before I was already, like... Oh. Yeah, that looks like a bunch of ether. Such an overwhelming concentration of ether. Oh my god. Sorry, hang on. There we go. I need to move some of these random jackets off this chair. I promise, I'm putting them away super, super nicely. There you go. It's important to make sure that you keep your apartment clean, you know? You don't want to be a rat. Also, NPC dialogue should be in general chat. Oh, I was always annoyed by the fact I couldn't see it. Oh yeah, it is. Surely we can find some other stuff to stab. Oh no. It worked. Oh hey, we can find out if Penheimer works now. Maybe a little bit of a waste, but I'm very curious. No. Okay. Yeah, that would be a very ridiculous way to get a bunch of Addersting stacks very quickly. I wonder when they're going to give Addersting, a use. It's not like Addersting doesn't have a use, to be fair. But it's super underwhelming that it only has one button associated with it. A button that I can't even use in boss fights, because it's an extremely... There's just no point to using it in a boss fight. It's only useful in AoE clears.
This will hurt.
Alright, we're fine. Oh, god damn it, I missed my AoE DPS. Well, whatever, it's fine. I'll just have to remember it if it ever comes up during the trials, which it probably shouldn't, considering there'll be trials, but... What is that? Now that is pretty. Oh, it's the same thing, just some of them aren't colored in, for lack of a better word. Neat. Right, let's make it a party. It has the same potency as Dosis, though it's a DPS loss to throw it. Okay, I understand it that it's a DPS loss, and it has the same damage as... Wait, is it Dosis? No, it's not the same as Dosis. I mean, it's single target, but whatever. No, the thing that Toxicon does is it's just a better version of a... Like, when clawing through dungeons and stuff, it seems like a fine AoE. Like, it's a better AoE than just spamming,
You forced my hand.
Dicresia the whole time.
That's far enough.
By, like, a pretty decent margin. Actually, no, it's about equivalent because it is just... This is 170 to everything. This is 330 and 50% for all remaining. So it's 330 and then 165 for everyone else. So besides the one enemy is targeting, it's actually weaker than Dicresia? Oh my god! Thancred, I'm so sorry, I was doing math. Oh my god, that boy got down to 1 HP while I was trying to do basic. I'm not even going to call it algebra. It was just division. I'm not going to call it algebra because it wasn't algebra. I just got... Toxicon also does 50% of that to nearby enemies too. Yeah, 30-30. It's legitimately... Besides the person you're targeting, it is weaker than Dicresia, which is wild to me. Like, not noticeably weaker, so it's still probably more than good enough. Like, if you take just pure potency, like, you have a 5% loss in potency over Dicresia, but you do an additional 165 on top of that because you... of whoever you're targeting. So it would need to be... What's 160 divided by 5? It would need to be 32? 32 additional targets before it was actually a DPS loss. It still just feels weird. Also, doesn't this feel nostalgic? This reminds me of the, like, the first dungeon in Limsa Lominsa. Oh god, I just realized how much I need to clear out my, I need to clean out my clothing inventory. You will not stop us, though not for want of trying, I suspect. Alright, let's go. Whee! Sorry, the attack name is Octostroke. I assume I want to be here. I just feel like there were better names you could have used. Though I like having to run to the one safe panel. That's very cute. I don't want to be here, do I? Because they keep... I can't get struck here by one of the tendrils. Oh, no. Okay.
That's far enough.
Oh hey, it's the same ability that the mini boss was using. Cute, tidal breath. So I assume it'll be a counter fun. Yeah. That's adorable.
You forced my hand.
I don't know what those mean, but I'm scared. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, I don't want to get impaled much either. Breath stroke. I'm in danger. I'm in lots of danger. I'm fine. Okay. Wait. Wait, where's the other...
This will hurt.
I am of the first brood.
Yeah, turning the crystals into giant fucking spears to throw at us, or it's a bit of a statement. I get it. You don't want us near. Whatever. Maybe a nicer way to say that. I'm gonna be honest, I like the cut of their jib. I don't like how I'm almost out of mana. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, damn it. Okay, no, that makes sense.
You forced my hand.
Alright, it's fine. We killed it. Good job, everyone. Hey, Calfee, what's up? Having a late Saturday night? God, just going through that fight made me feel super exhausted all of a sudden, though. Which probably shouldn't. I got a lot of sleep today. Yeah. You would think that after getting out of college and having to deal with the real world, I would stop having the ability to sleep in until noon. But I think that my role in the family Thanksgiving 30 years from now will definitely be showing up, saying hi to everyone, passing out on the chair, dinner is served, eating, and then passing out again. I know where I stand. Y'all's dialogue went away before I could finish reading it, though, so I'm sad. I like that duck emote. Sup? So, should we shoot it? I mean, we shouldn't. We need it. But, like, why are we here again? Oh, that's convenient timing. Yeah, we need to fill up the barrels. They want us to clear out any nasties.
Much obliged for clearing the way. We'll get to work at once.
I can't tell if I love or hate his haircut.
Filling these up will take a good while. I appreciate it if you stood watch till we finished. I ain't getting chewed to chum by some ether-bloated bugger.
Honestly, at this point, I should make sure...
Oh, by the by.
What's up?
Where were you planning on putting these to use? We could deliver them by airship, see? Provided it ain't too far.
Oh, the moon.
We would need them transported to Galemon, to the Tower of Babel.
Ah, that's a long old journey. Too long for a direct flight. Tell you what, we'll send them over with the scheduled shipment of provisions headed that way. I'll make the arrangements as soon as we get back. Save some poor chocobos having to drag this lot through the snow.
You have our thanks. We shall not forget your generosity.
What I was gonna say is that at this point I should really make sure that if I ever go adventuring for any reason, if I get isekai'd, you know, and
Everything seems to be proceeding apace. I dare say you would have been fine without me.
If I ever get isekai'd, and I mean, you know, I live near a bus stop, so I'm at a higher risk than a lot of people. I would have to remember to bring a deck of cards with me, should I ever go adventuring. There's a lot of standing around not doing much. You can't really, like, pack, like, loot or something. The board game loot or something, you know? Like, you need something portable, but entertaining. Maybe a book? Been through a lot of fucking books.
Why would you say such a thing? You are not bound by contract or the threat of force, and you gain no advantage by devaluing your own contribution. Yet you must be bound by something to speak thus. What is it?
We're friends. We're friends, right, Thancred? Right?
What binds me? A belief, I suppose. Born of our shared struggles.
I can't help but notice he's not saying that we're friends.
No matter where my comrades go, I have faith they will be fine. For I know that they will walk their chosen path as surely as I walk mine. I trust them, in short. Trite though it may sound.
Trust.
We've got to
I remember the word. How long has it been since last I used it?
I just noticed your hair is clipping through your hat.
It had no place in my dealings. Not with other Voidsent, and certainly not with Xenos. Not even in the time before darkness engulfed the world. Full often did Memoriates betray their own, corrupted by the very power they wielded. You could trust no one but yourself. Alone we fought, and alone we fell. I wouldn't know how to trust. Is there some trick to it?
Ooh, we could try Trust Falls? No, he's got natural answer.
Just stay close to this one. You'll learn in no time.
No. The blank expression from Deca, like, I don't know what he's talking about.
Aye, absolutely fine.
I confess I thought thou mightst have more words of counsel to offer.
Oh, she'll soon get the hang of it, even without my help. After our work here is done, I'll see myself back to the shadows. But before that, I take it you've heard as well.
Indeed. The client seeketh archons, and 'twould seem our extensive travels and neutrality make us prime candidates.
Well, assuming we take on the request, I suspect I'll be stuck with you again. Don't let me down, hmm?
We're getting some weights up, but it's going. Me and Epcars got back home half an hour. Oh, wow, where were you? If you don't mind me asking. I assume you were out doing something. I hope you weren't doing anything, like, work-related. You're straight as an arrow, isn't she? Refreshing contrast to our more circuitous company. God, you're so fucking right. No, come back. Come back. Come back. Wait. No. Hang on. What the fuck is that? What is that? Oh my god. It has a hat. We're moving some stuff to the new house. We got a good chunk of moving done, but it's still a chunk to... Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't know that you were moving. Best of luck, though. That's the thing that I was told to do a side quest for, wasn't it? I think I have one. It just doesn't have a hat. To not allow us use of the tanks. To not only allow us use of the tanks, but to arrange the transportation to Garlemald. Besides, blessed are we to count Kokol among our allies. Unto thee we must also give thanks, Thancred, for coming to our aid on such short notice. Please, you know I'm always happy to help. Don't hesitate to call on me again. Thanks, buddy. Moving just outside the city easy means being able to get back in and say, neat! I miss living... When I lived in Chicago, I lived next to a train line that went into the city. So, and I miss that. It's very convenient. I mean, I guess to be fair, there's a bus not that far from me that would take me straight to downtown Seattle whenever I need to go. But, you know, it's different. I like trains. With the tank's transportation thus arranged, our first task is complete. We may now turn our attention to the second. To wit, obtaining the blessing of the Ilsabard contingent to use the Tower of Babel to channel energy unto the moon. Our destination is Camp Broken Glass, where we may present our petition to Commander Lucia. Excuse me. Oh, jeez. Should be fine. It's an expensive flight, but, you know, not that bad. Oh god, you never want to be where it's cold enough to have snow while it's raining. Rain I can handle. Cold rain is, Having a train and subway line sure is nice. God bless. Oh, everyone dressed up warm. Glad am I to hear that Garlemald's restoration proceeded at pace and that people no longer want for warmth. Be that as it may, there's a substitute for public garments and some subscription clients, as I can personally attest. Adorable. Here we are again. Fucking great. Oh, hey, Maxima. I forget your character. Now, Lucia, how could I ever forget? Deca, allow me to personally thank you for your assistance during the recent Void Scent incursion. Your actions saved many. What brings you here today? Pray, forgive us for not sending word in advance, Commander, but we seek your cooperation in a matter of great import. Oh, thank God, they got the bus lines back up and running here, I see. He feels like he should be super important, considering, like, he's the last character we see with Alphino post-Stormblood? Post-game Stormblood, and then he just never really shows up again. I mean, he shows up, but he doesn't really do much. Indeed. We appreciate you consulting with us instead of taking unilateral action. 'Tis no simple matter to activate the Tower of Babel, and I speak not only of the technological challenges. Personally, I think we must consider the emotional impact of such an action above all else. Pending a more official name, we refer to those who remain here as the Garlean community. As you would expect, they are predominantly native Garleans, most of whom are uncomfortable with ethereal manipulation. To compound matters, the trauma inflicted by anima is still fresh. If the tower were to suddenly light up again, it's likely to cause distress and reopen old wounds. If Garlemald ever takes a major role in future patches, I suspect Maximo will gain some prominence. Probably. Maybe. I mean, he didn't have that much prominence while Garlemald was the main focus in Endwalker, did he? He was there, at least. Better that than face a mass invasion by Golbez. His voice sent hordes, surely. Of course, we acknowledge the gravity of the situation, as well as the promised bloodshed should we fail to act. Yet, even were we to convey your warning to the public, many simply do not understand the workings of magic on the Rift. They will struggle to comprehend why they must be forced to relive personal horrors for the sake of something they cannot imagine. What's there to imagine? Haven't these people seen Voidsent with their own eyes? Fair question? Let us suppose you encounter someone who is freezing in the cold. A natural thing to do might be to make them a fire, yes? But what if that person's sole experience with fire was being badly burned by it, and they harbored an acute fear? Despite the benefits, nay, the necessity of the warmth you offer, they may flee on instinct. Or worse, misinterpret your actions for aggression and lash out. So like the fire that torments the individual, the Tower of Babel torments the people of Garlemald. Yet we cannot afford to falter here. We must find a way to help them overcome their fear. I agree. To that end, the contingent will assist however we can. We should speak with Alphino and Alize. With the rapport they have established with the Garlean people, I dare say they can provide us with valuable insights. And then just cuts to Alize just smacking all of us for implying that we need to activate the tower again. In the meantime, Urianger, might I ask that you remain here to oversee the technical aspects of the tower's activation? Honestly, I might go to bed relatively early. I'm Evie. I haven't been streaming that long, but I'm still just like, oh boy. Politics in Final Fantasy XIV are actually super weird. Or maybe politics to me is super weird in recent times. It feels to me like in the real world, politics has gotten easier and more difficult with the advent of the internet. Because you can get people to basically believe anything, but you can't get them to trust in shit. Final Fantasy XIV has a weird other approach to its politics, where like everything that happens in Final Fantasy XIV is very simple. It's easy to grok relatively quickly from a political standpoint. But Well, there's not really a but, is there? I just feel like with so many modern political, social, economic, etc. disasters, there's always a sense of uneasiness or distrust I inherently have that Final Fantasy XIV doesn't really have when a problem is solved. Everyone is like, but we solved the problem. Then again, that'd be unfair to Stormblood, aka the best Final Fantasy XIV expansion. Everyone acts in good faith. I don't think that's an accurate thing to say. No, it's not even that everyone acts in good faith. Coughs at the Grand Company of Eorzea, what were they called? Alphino's PMC. Or, you know, Heaven's Word, the Pope tricking us. Everything in Stormblood. Shadowbringers also know because Guthrie was the villain guy Guthrie? I mean, I guess he's pretty clear about his intentions and everything, but he is lying to his people about, like, why... Vothri, thank you. For some reason I thought it was Guthrie. Maybe this is just post-patch syndrome, you know? Post-patch, they don't have the time to go over the ramifications of everything. Whereas if this was the main game, obviously, even though people were safe, they would still probably freak the fuck out. Because they would have the time to go into that. I don't know. I'll have to see how they handle it. How are y'all doing, by the way? I'm glad to see you, Dekka. Vitra has explained our present dilemma. It is no unfounded concern that the Guardians might take poorly to the reactivation of the Tower of Babel. That's putting it mildly. Many would be up in arms over it. Trust in the Ilsabard contingent is fragile enough. We need to tread lightly, or we risk jeopardizing everything we've achieved. Hat tip. They are getting their money's worth for that animation. Trust again. Well, it seems to me there's naught for it but to speak with the people. Rather than harping on about the necessity of the plan, we need to lend an ear to their concerns. Then perhaps we can begin working toward a compromise. In that case, I'll take you to meet the community leaders. They're at a station called Senatus, near the Cenaculum Imperialis. I would be honored to speak with them, though it would be prudent to learn where people elsewhere stand as well. But that I will leave to the others. Save Zero. Might you accompany me? I'm sure those in Trapper's Den will have their own opinions. Alphino, if I may drag you along. Tertium, we leave to you. You're no stranger to the people here, so it should take little prodding to convince them to speak freely. And then it's settled. Once you've learned all what you can, let's all meet and form solely. God Christ. Once you learn what you can, let's all meet and form Soleus. We'll have what I hope is a productive discussion. What's a little bit of extra trauma to people, you know? Oh my god, it's a serious lad. What's up, boy? No, stop it! The tower is evil! It'll turn us all evil! I don't want to hear it! Leave me alone! Damn, so desperate against the idea he was willing to phase through me to get away. That tower isn't right, I tell you. All those magics. Years ago, when I lived in the provinces, the locals razed our village to the ground with the stuff. Made things appear and disappear and fly and burn. I can still see it when I close my eyes. You've done us a good turn, dear, but let's not talk about that tower any longer. It's unnatural. Every other set of patches was dealing with Fallout previous Salt Palm, when Stormblood was all about the Fallout 2 patches of Salt Palms. Yeah. I mean, I have to kind of go through that. I mean, Stormblood is a standout because Stormblood is the most interesting Final Fantasy XIV expansion. I don't know. I'd have to go through the whole story again and like analyze it from a political science standpoint, or at least the best I could, which is not very good considering it's, I don't know much. It would be a very naive interpretation, but it would be the best I could do. Activate the Tower of Babel? Are you out of your mind? That abomination transformed my friends and family into monsters. I can't even bear to look at it whenever I step outside. If you want to do something for us, tear the bloody thing down. Yeah, that's fair. The Tower of Babel? But what's it got to do with Void Sense? I can't say I understand. Still, your people have done much and more for us Garleans. If you say it's necessary, then that's good enough for me. Oh, hey! Huh. I wasn't expecting to run into somebody who was okay with us. It's not a bad thing, but I am a little bit surprised. Hey, you have a name. Should I be scared? Do I know you? Whatever its present state, the Imperial Palace was once the pride of Garlemald. I mean, no disrespect to you and yours, but shouldn't the Garlean people be its caretakers instead of foreigners? Though if we dared speak thus to some of the contingent, they might make assumptions, cut our rations, or worse. No, forget I said anything, please. Yeah, I don't anticipate this being a very cut and dry solution, which is pretty counter to my whole thing that I said earlier, isn't it? Where am I going? Hey, Zero. What's up? Hewless is on his way with the others. I hope you found the people more receptive than we did. No. No. Deca, may I present to you Lords Neus and Medius, magistrates of our political council. They have been spearheading the efforts to establish a new system of government here. When we raised the subject of the Tower of Babel, they insisted that we speak no further until joined by representatives of the Ilsabard contingent. I see Alfino and Alize have yet to arrive though, so perhaps we should wait. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if only some of you are present. We simply wish to make one thing perfectly clear. The tower is the manifestation of Garlean ingenuity and authority. It was once the abode of the Imperial family, and it will forever bear tremendous cultural significance. It is insulting enough that we have had to suffer foreigners occupying it under the guise of rendering aid, and now you propose reactivating it? Nay, we've had enough! The Garlemald of old may have fallen, but she fell in civil war, to her own people. Not to Eorzea, nor any other land. We came here to assert our unequivocal claim to our territory. Garlemald, and all that lies within her bounds, is beholden to no one. Yeah, that's not good. Sorry, Zia, we were just working out this trust thing. This does ring a little uncomfortably familiar, though. I don't know what exactly it does, but it is very funny to me to be like, hey, that's a statue to that tower is a representation of who we are as a people. You didn't even conquer it. It fell due to civil war. Oh boy. Since their excellencies are resolved to negotiate with the contingent, I will escort them to Tertium. I'll also instruct Alvino and Alize to meet us there. Lord Domitius, Lord Neus. By your leave, my comrades and I would speak with the residents of Senatus. Though the Ilsabird contingent holds the Tower of Babel, it is I who wishes for it to be reactivated, and thus I think it meet that I be present for this discussion. Yet my understanding of your people's hardships, of their hopes and desires, of the dreams of the future, is sorely lacking. In my ignorance, I would struggle to contribute. Lest you worry, I will not plead our case to the community in your absence. I wish only to identify common ground, upon which we might build a relationship that sees us to overcome our differences. Very well. But know the guards will not hesitate to escort you from the premises should they judge your actions to be inappropriate. It is settled then. You should all head... If it's settled then, you should all head to Senatus. I'll join you there after I see their excellencies safely to Tertium. 2.0 was dealing with Guardian invasion. 2.5 was trying and failing to prepare against future invasions. 3.0 was dealing with the Dragon Song War. What was it? 3.0, or in terms of what politics was going on. 3.5 was dealing with lingual resentment after such a long war, and also Ilbud starting a new war. Oh, I'm so sorry. I got confused. For some reason, I thought 2.0 was Heavensward. Okay. Realmborn was Guardian Invasion. Post-game Wellborn was trying and failing to prepare for the future. 3.0 was Dragon Song War. 3.5 was dealing with lingering resentment after such a long war. Stormblood was all about all of the things. Patch 5.0 was solving timeline future problems from the war in Stormblood. Wait, 5.0 is solving timeline future problems from the war in Stormblood. 5.5 is dealing with the power vacuum left without Emmett Selk. That's true. The 5.5 thing. Oh yeah, don't I just have to do like lookout or something here? One of us be consumed by light to prevent the 8th animal calamity. Yeah. I'm sorry. It's a lot for me to process, and I'm sleepy, so I'm having some trouble clicking everything into place in my brain. I'll have to finish this and then go to sleep, I think. What? How many quests have I done? The Fallen Empire. Have I gotten halfway through 6.4? Final Fantasy 14 6.4 quests. Patch 6.4. No, I need Endwalker post-game. Endwalker patch. Quests. Post Endwalker main scenario quest. We are at the Fallen Empire. This is the halfway point. Okay. Cool. So this would be a good time to back out. Oh, I didn't even realize that there was a second. Oh. I was gonna say I didn't realize that there was a second station here, but that's because there's a big ass locked door, which is fair. Here it is, Senatus. A temporary refuge for political dignitaries, hence the tight security. I'm given to understand that outsiders are not normally permitted so much as a glimpse inside. We should consider ourselves fortunate to be given this opportunity. I hope it will be worth the trouble. As do I, Zero. As do I. Alright, here we go. Oh, it is a whole area. Neat. Yeah, I'm not sure I really want to interact with the, Garlean political elites. That makes me inherently more nervous. God, it's so much nicer in here than the refugee camp for the, normal, like, proletariat, for lack of a better term. To begin, I propose we split up and ask the residents for their views on the Ilsebard contingent and the current state of affairs. We would also do well to learn more about this enclave itself. Should you observe anything of note, pray keep it in mind. It is through open hearts and open minds that I believe we may yet convince their leaders to work with us for the greater good. Boy. Decidedly less blood left behind. Bit marking resembling they were provided by the Ilsebard contingent. The Enclave is clearly reliant upon the Alliance for aid. You want to know what I think? I'm a soldier. I try not to think about politics at all. I'll say, God, fucking, an ex-soldier of an empire being like, I try not to think about politics. Ugh. I'll say this much. Our leaders labor to preserve our culture, our way of life. What remains of it, at any rate. I trust them to do what's best for Garlemald. The same you and your comrades use to transport ceruleum from Lapis Manalis. Why they are in Senatus is unclear. Barrels of ceruleum? Like fuel? When they have ceruleum heaters all over the place? I'm reminded of Troya. Yeah, Jesus Christ. They have super fancy accommodations. Were they stocked like this throughout the entirety of Endwalker? Because how do I feel about the contingent? Conflicted, to say the least. I've been tasked with the distribution of supplies, and I know as well as any that we couldn't survive without outside aid. Be that as it may, even though the Empire's collapsed, we have our pride. People don't want to be beholden to others forever. And there's no denying that it chafes to see our benefactors occupying the Imperial Palace. How are you doing, Vashon? Finished doing the Enclave, have you? What were you able to learn? You know, thinking about it, it's kind of wild that no one was... Like, these are political elite. Does Garlemald not have a second city they could move to not live in a subway? Like, you know, if Washington, D.C. burns for any reason, there are places the government would well, I guess we don't know that this is the ex-government in any significant way, though the digs make me suspicious. Much the same as me, then. They accept the contingent's help out of necessity and harbor a measure of resentment. Now, also ignore what I just said. That was totally... them staying here kind of makes sense. They have only themselves to blame. If they don't like the bargain, they should reject it. How many times must I tell you? It's absolutely out of the question. I'm sorry, what was the context I missed? Oh yeah, they harbor resentment. Hey Euless, why are you here? What's going on? We were wondering the very same. We came running when we heard shouting. Is aught the matter? No, I was just trying to explain. Mayhap you can clear this up. The contingent has made a reasonable request, but this man insists that it's impossible. It concerns the Magitech weapons which run rampant through Regio Urbanissima. Every time we deliver supplies here, we have to dispatch extra men to defend against potential attacks. To address the issue once and for all, we proposed the elimination of all machina that loiter near the supply route. But you heard him. They refused to even consider it. The magistrates have already spoken on this matter. Rampant or no, those war machina are Garlean assets. Furthermore, who's to say they are as dangerous as you attest? It's been suggested that this could be a pretense to scavenge Magitech material for your own ends. I know not if this is the case, but the fact remains we cannot allow you to destroy them. More speculation by the magistrates, I presume. Ridiculous, but they have spoken. And unless we want to inflame tensions further, there's naught we can do. How complicated relationships become when they're not grounded in a clear and equitable arrangement. An equitable arrangement. Of course. Well, do I understand the difficulty of your position? As a soldier, you must do your duty and obey your superiors. I have an idea, but first I must speak with Commander Lucia. May I take charge of this matter? But by all means. Let's just return to Camp Broken Glass, where we might discuss a solution I believe will satisfy all parties. What, like destroying the war machina, but returning them to the Garleans afterwards, or by running through the tower, we give the tower back to the Garleans? I don't know, but I'm curious to see where Varshan is going with this, at the very least. I thought that was an actual motorcycle for a second, and I got really confused. Alright, moving on. God. The destroyed city is... well, I was gonna say pretty, but that's not really the right word, is it? It's unique as a location, and that's cool. Though I admit, if there's one feeling I can't shake, it's this feeling that looks an awful lot like Warhammer 40k runes. Like, decidedly very, very similar to how Warhammer 40k does ruined cities. Might just be me. I should really investigate that big tower to see what's up with it. Hopefully something interesting. I'm just gonna skip to the cutscene. Ooh, dialogue. Oh, I thought it was going to be worse. Welcome back, all of you. I pray there's been positive developments. Mayhap not yet, but there's a method by which I believe all stand to gain. As Satrap, I intend to propose a trade agreement between Rajat Hand and the people of Garlemald. Please continue. The people of this nation have lived through its collapse and more, yet they have chosen to remain, for it is their home. That they have been able to survive thus far is thanks to the Ilsabard contingent, or rather, in less flattering terms, they are entirely at your mercy. Despite your noble intentions, this one-sided relationship has fueled feelings of frustration and resentment. It is no surprise that some Garleans are loath to engage with foreigners, for fear of indebting themselves further, or surrendering more of their already limited autonomy. That is why I wish to present them with an equitable arrangement, one that would restore to them a sense of agency after having been forced to rely upon charity. Easier said than done. What exactly did you have in mind? Long have Garlemald and Rajat Hand abided by a treaty of non-interference. Freely have we traded with one another, but I wish but to continue in this tradition. We would provide your people with such supplies as you require, in return for which you would grant us leave to use the Tower of Babel, as well as share your Magitech resources and expertise. As we become more reliant upon your technologies, we will of course require more ceruleum to fuel them. This you possess in abundance, and for it you will be duly compensated. Rajat Han's culture will be enriched by your Magitech wonders, and our ever-increasing demand for your wares will see Garlemald grow wealthy and prosperous. Only when both sides keep the interest of the other in mind can an equitable arrangement be forged. 'Tis a principle I once thought I understood, but have come to appreciate all the more in recent days, thanks to the sage counsel of a friend from beyond the rift. Your Excellency, thank you for your careful consideration of Garlemald's future. Though I cannot speak for every Garlean, I myself see no reason to object to your proposal. Indeed, if Rajat Han were to take the initiative, other nations may follow suit and seek to normalize trade relations with us. If you see the sense in my proposal, then I ask you to join me in the negotiations at Tertium. Your support may be instrumental in winning over Lord Gnaeus and Medius. By all means, go with them. I have matters here well in hand. I have learned all that I may regarding the tower's operation, so I too shall hie me to Tertium. Alright. Here we go. I'm a little bit aware of any and all problems that may come up, and I think Varshan's got this. I mean, honestly, his plan seems smart to me. Like, it'd be going from what used to be hostile nations providing aid to a nation that has always been at worst neutral providing aid. So that all, and not even providing aid, but trading. I don't know how the Garleans will react to the idea of losing their edge in Magitech, essentially, since Rajat Han and then from there other nations would gain access to the stuff. But I mean, if they need money, They desperately need money if they're gonna rebuild their city and nation. Actually, here's a question I never really thought about before. Is the Garlean Empire, like, are they still the Empire, or is, like, Dalmasca? What happened to Dalmasca? Presumably answers that would happen if I went through the side quests, but stuff I just never thought about before now. Anyway, what's up? A crowd you may have brought, but numbers will not intimidate us. The Tower of Babel is ours by right, and nothing you do will convince us otherwise. Rest assured, it is not our intent to infringe upon the rights of the people of Garlemald. Let us indeed discuss the future. As the satrap of Rajat Han, I wish to establish a new trade arrangement between our nations. The aid we presently receive will not last forever, my lords. Sooner or later, we must stand on our own 2 feet. But to do so, we must secure a means to replenish our coffers, and the proposed agreement presents a rare opportunity. 'Tis true we do not want for Magitech and ceruleum, and foreign currency will be needed to procure such things as we lack. It would depend on the precise terms, but I can see the merits. What? I can't believe what I'm hearing! You served the Emperor, were a proud patriot, yet now you entertain selling national resources like a common merchant. Like you, I weep for what we have lost. But if we are to rebuild Garlemald, we must make use of what precious few assets remain to us. Nonsense, utter nonsense. You are a traitor, Neas, and there will be a reckoning. Oh yes, when the people of Sonatus learn of this, they will cry out for your blood. Damn, okay. Lord Medius, wait, it isn't safe out there. I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine. Okay, that's gonna have to be it for me because I am so goddamn tired. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna sleep, and tomorrow I will finish 6.4 and then probably, hopefully start. I'll probably just start 6.4. I probably won't have time for anything else. In the meantime, let's... Uh-oh, is Wolf powering down? If Wolf is powering down, I don't really have anyone to raid. I'm just confirming that they're still going since they've been streaming for like 5 hours. Is the sleepiest day. It's a little eepy. I mean, to be fair, regardless of where you are, where I live, it's been cold and rainy, and I went out for like a long walk today to pick stuff up, bought new shoes, so I've had a busy day.
You know, an AoE for a reason.
You know what? If they're winding down, then it's your problem. I'm not gonna raid anyone if I don't raid them, so we'll raid Wolf. Cool. Have a... Yeah, no, they're in queue. Okay, cool. Go tell Wolf that they're cool. And I will be finishing 6.4 tomorrow. So until then, have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye. And if you're still here, make sure that you survive through the eepiest of days. Bye-bye.